Frank, right?
Yes.
So what made you want to take the DNA test?
So when I was adopted, the adoption agency told me that I was Caucasian and Puerto Rican. They were like half right. But where I worked, I would encounter like a lot of Dominican guys, and they would like speak Spanish to me, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. So everyone thought I was Dominican, you know, black, Puerto Rican, whatever I was told. But I really just wanted to find out, like for myself. Yeah. So that's what led me to taking the test.
Oh, and what about you?
It was more so kind of him kind of being like, oh, why don't you do it? Because they kind of talked about doing it and how he wanted to do it. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. It was kind of weary at first. And then he was like, oh, we're gonna figure out more about our culture, like what our actual ethnicities are. So he kind of like coerced me to do it. And I was like, you know what? This would be cool to learn about my culture. So I'll do it. So.
What was your reaction like when you realized that you were related?
I feel like it was pretty crazy. So I was at my boyfriend's house initially, and I kind of looked at the results, and I was like, oh my gosh, and kind of like in like a shock of like, okay, I'm gonna have to sit here and think about this for a second. Yeah. And then I immediately called my mom. She got super emotional and was like crying and everything, but at first she didn't believe me. She thought that I was joking, because I think I played too many jokes. She was like, I don't believe you, oh my gosh. And then I was like, no, look. So I sent it to her. Then I had to hang up on her. And I had to call him. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're siblings. And he didn't believe me either. So he was like, okay. He was like, I think I just need to stop joking about some stuff. Right. But yeah, he didn't believe me.
But you wasn't joking then?
No.
So, Mom, what were your thoughts when she called you?
First of all, I couldn't even understand her because of the screaming from her and her boyfriend. The first thing I said was, "Oh my God, did you get into an accident? I don't understand you. Slow down." And she's like, "Oh, we're brother and sister, me and Frank." I said, "I know that. What? I know that." And she's like, "No, you're not getting it." I said, "Well, I guess I'm not." And she said, we're biologically related. I said, nah, it can't be. No. I paid for those tests. Laffin is on all those tests. That's probably why. And she said, no, hang up. I'll show you. Yeah. And she did. I hung up and she sent me the results. But what I did not know is that he received a notification at the same time she received hers.
And yours said the same thing?
Yeah, I didn't see it at first. So originally I was just getting my phone blown up by both of them, like text me, I didn't see it. And then eventually, I was driving. And then eventually Vicky called me and she's like screaming like, oh my God, like you're my brother, we're related, da da da. And I'm like, I know, you're my sister, right? Yeah, my sister. But then she's like, no, check the DNA test. And I checked it and then I was like, oh wow. And I wasn't as shocked as people might think I was, just because kind of like I've grown up with her as my sister for like my whole life, right? Yeah. So it didn't really change anything. But then when I thought about the timing, about how like we were both abandoned in two different places at two different times, might have been the same family. My mom knows when I say this, but the timing is just insane. That's where I was like, that's where the shock set in.
You're a blessing.
Till today, I cannot believe it. What are the odds? What are the odds?
Yes, and it's a beautiful thing that you have each other, and you, as a mother,
Thank you.
It's so heartwarming. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.